Good morning, it's December the 28th. I've just got off the train in Hope. Weather's not looking too bad for the next 4 days, so I've planned to do a 2 nights out. I may do 3. See how we get on. I mean, the temperature is pretty good at the moment. It's going to be around 10 degrees. Looking forward to relaxing, enjoying a nice walk. I'm following the old Roman road, heading north, and it's popular with mountain bikers, as you can see. You get more mountain bikers than you do hikers, really. But it's a nice, easy route, pretty steady going, stays on the level pretty much. Now we're dropping down now. We're crossing the A57 that goes over to Glossop, Sheffield Glossop Road. Down in the bottom there, hopefully can get over the river. Should be a bridge. And we'll be going up Old Portdale. I've got a terrible memory. We'll be going up Old Portdale to Old Port Castles anyway, which is straight across the valley up there. And anyway, let's get walking. I think I've done pretty well so far. It's about 1:45 now, so I've still got 3 hours, from 1:45, 1:45, 1:45, 3 hours before it gets dark. So you can see where we've come from down there. We crossed over the A57 down in the bottom of the valley there, and we've come along this track you can see on the other side of the hill at the bottom and up to Old Port Castles. It's a bit of a steep climb up here. Oh, we've come up out of Old Port Castles and we're on the tops now, so it's fantastic views. You can see some people walking over there. That's looking down the Derwent Valley south. There's all the ridges over there and Derwent Edge, and we're heading north on towards Bleaklow and into the Westend Valley, I think, where I'm going to camp. And that's looking down Old Port Castles down there. Whew, that's blowing the sweat off me a bit now. Getting a bit hot coming up there. Nearly made it to the trig point. There it is. It'll probably be dark in less than an hour. So Going to drop down off the hill here into a valley and camp down there. Whew. I don't know when to stop, I don't. Bloody knackered. I don't know how far it is to here. It's probably about 10 miles. Here it is. Here's the trig point. That's Bleak Clough up there. Yeah, look, it's got a moat around it. So. Oh, there you go. Mr. Trig. Quick run round it, as if I haven't done enough walking. Quick run round the trig. And then check out my route down. Don't like camping on top of the hill. Don't like it when it's windy, blowing in the night. Although it's not too bad just here. There's a spot just here where I'm standing. We're getting there now. After a bit of bog hopping at dusk. There's the sun setting behind me. Probably about, I'd say probably less than half an hour. It's going to be dark. Should be about at my camp spot. Then I've never been down here before, so but there's some sheepfolds down there, so should be some camping there. I was getting in a bit of a panic back there, but I've got into the right sort of gully now. Here the water's running down into this gully, not too far to the bottom. I was kind of drifting off into a gully over there, but I knew that wasn't the right one. So let's get cracking, the last bit. Let's get cracking, come on. Here we are, Ravens Clough, which leads down into West something. That's where I want anyway. Anyway, this is it, Ravens Clough. I'm knackered. You see that little spot there? I think I can get my tent on that. I'm in Ravens Clough and I'm not going any further. It's going to be dark in a minute, so let's get the bloody tent up. Get a cup of tea on. That's it, got the tent set up. It's 4:10 now. So just rushed to get the tent set up really. Just going to pop down into the gully down there, get probably 2-3 litres of water and then get the kettle on and start having a rest. But yeah, I'm all prepared now. Like I say, just got to get the water, so that's the next job. Well, here I am now, tucked up in my tent in Raven Clough in the middle of nowhere. One of the new bits of kit I got is a little lantern which I've hung up in the tent here. It's you plug it into a USB socket to recharge it. It's absolutely brilliant. Called Zero something. It's only small, but gives out loads of light. Also, I bought with me my summer weight down bag, so I can sort of lay down and just sort of pull that over me like a little duvet, because I was worried, even though it's pretty mild, I was worried about being too cold at night. But I think I think I'm going to be okay, because my other bag's pretty good, my winter bag. So just having a little lay down now before I get a cup of tea. It's probably about 4:30. Yeah, this is what I wanted really. I wanted to be you know, somewhere really remote, camp somewhere really remote, difficult to get to. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with it here, Ravens Clough. Mind you, I don't think there's many places to camp. This is probably the only spot. Anyway, it's a clear night. looking pretty good. Get the kettle on in a minute. Get a nice, might have a hot chocolate. Didn't bring any whiskey with me. Had too many beers over Christmas. Oh well. If I don't see you later, I'll see you in the morning. Ooh, do to me. Make me love you. I'm living in ecstasy. Ooh. 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 Well, what else do you do in Ravenclough at night? Go on, hot chocolate, listen to some music.
Everybody, let me tell you about my love.
I'm in love with you,
By an angel from above.
and it feels so good.
With a lifetime
You,
guarantee. Once you try,
things you do to me,
I am sure
makes
that
me love you. Living in ecstasy.
there's no reason to leave.
Ooh. It's a good job there's nobody else in Ravenclough anyway.
To you I'll be giving, and I promise yes I'll do as long as I'm living. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me that makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy. Hey, it's you and the things you do to me that makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy all the time. He makes me glad that I'm alive. Together we will survive. And what do you think brought the sun out today? It's my baby. Oh, help me sing. Without love, there's no reason to live. Without you, oh, what will I do with the love I give? All my loving to you I'll be giving, and I promise yes I'll do as long as I'm living. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me.
Good morning from Ravensclough. The sun's just coming up now, and what an absolutely gorgeous colour in the sky there. Well, it's been a bit of a tough night. 15 hours in the tent. Oh dear, that's like from 5 o'clock last night through to 7 o'clock this morning, really. A bit after 7, and probably before 5 last night. It's not easy. It's probably the longest I've ever spent in a tent. I mean, I've been camping in February. That's not quite so bad. But my knee kept me awake half the night. And so something strange happened as well. I think it was the exertion I put in to get down here into Ravensclough, which isn't easy. And I just got too hot in the tent. I had my other summer weight sleeping down bag with me and my winter bag. And I just got really hot and I kind of woke up soaking wet, sweating, felt a bit... I've been a bit poorly a few weeks ago, and it could have been something to do with that. But I certainly feel a lot better this morning. But anyway, it's looking like another good day like yesterday. I mean, surprisingly, it's quite noisy down here in Ravensclough. You can hear the traffic. I heard some trucks, motorbikes, cars, the odd one all night long, brakes squealing as they're going down the A57 towards Ladybower. And a lot of aeroplanes as well. Maybe it's a busy time of year for flight. But I mean, the natural sounds was just a few grouse this morning. And every time the grass was rustling on the tent, I kept thinking it was a sheep outside chewing the grass. But of course it wasn't. So, anyway, I've had my coffee, I've had some breakfast, drank about 500 ml of water. and we'll get on the way a bit. I've packed most things up now, just got to pack the tent up, so we'll get on the way. Wow, I've never been here before. This is the Westend, or Westend Valley or something. I don't know if you can see that down there, but that's the sheepfold where I was thinking of camping. Then I'm going to follow the river down there, and on the other side there's a track that goes up and over that hill to some shooting cabins and then drops down into the main Derwent Valley. That's the way I'm going to go. But this is a spectacularly remote valley, but mind you, it is really technically off bounds. There's no permitted footpath here, and it's fenced off. It's not part of the where you're allowed to freedom to roam area. It's not part of that. So, but it's one part of this area that I've never been to before, and it is spectacular, especially when the visibility is this good. That's Bleaklow up on top up there. Right, on your van. Let's see if we can get down there. I didn't realise it was going to be this steep. It don't look like that on the map. Oh dear. Keep going. I've come down from up there along a kind of sheep trod along the bank, down this bit here to the river, and looks like the sheep probably crossed down here, so I'm going to cross there up onto the other side where that sentinel ewe is up there, and see if I can carry on down the valley a bit, pick up that track up to the shooting cabins. That's where I was camped last night. This is truly a spectacular untrod area, relatively untrod. You can see the path that I came down on, but not many people seem to come this way. A lot more sheep than people. But I'm glad I made the effort. Still got to get out of here yet, but I'm glad I made the effort, because I doubt very much I'll ever come this way again, because it's quite difficult. You've got to have the right weather window, so as you're not totally reliant on your map and compass, because it could get very confusing if you had to do that. It's absolutely stunning. I'll never forget this. It's about the one area this side of Bleaklow, south of Bleaklow, including Kinder Scout, that I've never ventured into, mainly because you really, unless you're super fit and you can do big miles, it's a 2-day job. Spectacular. Two ravens from Ravens Club. So that's where I camped, quite high up in the clough over there, and we've made it back to civilization, a track. That's looking down towards the Howden reservoir, and to the right would be the car park and visitor centre. But for us, we're following this track up, keep going, not too far, some shooting cabins over the other side of the hill, where I'll stop and have a brew and another bit of Christmas cake. Anyway, it's glorious weather. I mean, it's so warm, isn't it? Bloody end of December. Spectacular. That south behind me, this is like the centre of the catchment area for all the water for the River Derwent. This is like the Derwent, that's like Stanage Edge over there, up onto Derwent Edge, Howden Edge, all the way around. You can't see the back where you walk, but it's behind this hill here. It's like a promontory that sticks out from the main high ground. Then up onto towards Bleaklow at the back there, and then that's the north eastern edge of Kinder over there. Spectacular. Now you probably can't see that gully, but that's Raven's Gully where I camped. I think that one's locked. Oh no, there's a bit of wire in the thing there. See if we can get it open and have a look. Oh, it's a bit cold in here. What's this say? Ronksley cabin in a snowstorm. It's a poem. Ain't got my glasses on, so I can't read it. Anyway, let's have a look in the other one. It's a pretty old cabin. I've been here before a long time ago. I couldn't really remember what they were like. This one's just an open shelter. But unfortunately, people have used to shitting. The dirty bastards. As if there's not enough places to shit round here without shitting in a cabin. It's unbelievable. There you go. They're very old. Look, beautiful, isn't it, that cabin there? Beautiful. That's our way down there. Anyway, I can't sit in the shithole and get the kettle on. I'm better off sitting outside. Cabba's Galaxy. Helen's homemade Christmas cake. Absolutely gorgeous. Met some few nice people on this trip on the way up. A lovely chap called John. Used to be a coal miner. Almost retired, a trucker like me now. Lovely chat with him on the train on the way up here from Sheffield up to home. A very nice bloke. Then spoke to a young couple. Probably hadn't done too much walking, didn't really understand, right to roam and the path network and that sort of thing. So we had a good chat about that. He was really keen. Then a big group of walkers coming up Old Port Dale, and one of the last guys stopped and says, "Oh, you out? You gonna be out camping?" Says, "Yeah." He said, "I've done loads of that round here," and told him whereabouts we're going to camp. And he said, "Oh yeah, there's a few good spots down there." So that was really nice as well. Spoke to a nice young couple out walking the dog. Bloody long walk. Big dog. Probably needs a long walk. Lovely. Yeah, that hot chocolate's nice as well. It's about 10:30 now. I'm going to make this a 2-night camp because I couldn't get back to the railway station now without pushing it. 3 nights is too much at this time of year. Too bloody dark. Anyway, cheers. Lovely. Now I'm going to try and read this poem here. Probably somebody will come in like they did the last time I tried to read a poem at the cabin. Anyway, Ronksley cabin in a snowstorm. Greetings, safe haven of refuge, as hastily I push open the door, seeking a welcome protection as the snow blizzard sweeps o'er the moor. Your stony walls thick and protective, your rickety chairs invite rest. What more can the world's finest mansion provide for a storm-battered guest? The table that stands by the window, it hasn't seen polish in years. Its drawer full of basic necessities that can banish all hungers and fears. I get out my food and coffee, whilst happily munching away, when in walk two other ramblers to shelter on this snowy day. We chat about plovers, curlews, hares, grouse, skylarks as well. The bleak, rugged peak has a beauty which only the natives can tell. I glance through the cabin's small window. The sun's chased the blizzard away. It's time to get back to the lowlands. The city's not that far away. Cheerfully, we have to leave of each other on parting and say, "Have a good day." We northerners know how to do it. Up here by the rough Pennine Way, as I walk the path through the heather, to that cabin my thoughts oft return. It's provided protection for years, experience and those who must learn. So if ever you're walking on Ronxley Moor and come to Lower Small Clough, then pay a visit and remember to preserve it forever a must. That means don't shit in the shelter, right? Okay. Written by Howard Hill, May 1979. Replaced by Ken Campbell, October 2003. And then replaced again by Glyn Bentley in December 2011. Well, thanks. That was an enjoyable poem. This is the River Derwent. So we've just got to cross, get down into the bottom of the valley there, cross the river, up the other side onto that good track there, and then follow it down. I don't know where I'm going to camp tonight. I feel like going home. Don't know whether I could stand another 15 hours in the tent, but we'll see how we get on. Looks like there's been an old shepherd shelter here. You can see that this big slab here was probably part of the roof. When they needed some shelter, when they were up here looking after the sheep. That's a pretty old building, that is. It's well fallen down. And that's the clough that we've followed all the way down from the shooting cabins. And that's looking up the Derwent. So that's where we've come down that clough, down that bank. There's a little shelter down there. We crossed over the river there. If there was much more water in it, it would prove pretty difficult. As so are the other crossings. And that's the River Derwent looking down towards Howden Reservoirs, the way we're going. When I get up onto this track that runs along here. Now it's been a while since I've been up here, and I thought, I wonder why it's all fenced off. And of course it's to allow the regeneration of these silver birch, the rowan, and there's some old oak there, and perhaps a hawthorn as well, which is starting to look pretty good. That's looking up Stainery Clough. That's a stunning view, absolutely gorgeous. All the browns of the dying heather, beautiful sky. Well, it's about 1 o'clock now, and I've only seen one person about 5 minutes ago, a fell runner. I've not seen anybody else yet all day today. But that is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? It's lunchtime. I've almost got to Slippery Stones. It's about 200 metres away, and I've seen in the last 5 minutes, while I'm waiting for my water to boil so I can have a fire pot dal and rice, I must have seen 24 people down there. So that's as far as people tend to come as they walk around the reservoir, Howden Reservoir. So I've had all that gorgeous Upper Derwent Valley to myself, really. It's been absolutely stunning, and the sun's come out now, so I'm just taking it easy. And I'm not going to go up on the hill. I think I'm going to follow the reservoir all the way down and probably catch the train from Bamford tomorrow. I'm not sure where I'll camp. I'll just take it easy and hopefully find somewhere. Right, I'm going to get up with lunch and have that. That's Slippery Stones Bridge. Now that's looking down to the Howden Reservoir. before sunset. So look at that, amazing. It's a great view tonight. Amazing sunset as well, pretty damn good. Feel a lot more relaxed tonight than I did last night. I was a bit panicky last night because it was pretty wild. It's pretty difficult terrain. And also I'm not far from the train station now. Anyway, going to get the kettle on now, I'm all set up.
Head for the hills, living well for less.
Hello, hello sheep. It's okay, don't be afraid. It's only me. Head for the hills. Head for the hills, Scotland. No, I'm not, you don't have to go. Oh, I see these ones over here. See if they're a bit more friendlier. Hello! Oi! I'm talking to you. Nope, this one over here, he looks friendly. Hello sheep. Hello. For God's sake, man. I don't smell that bad. Oi! Oi! Barbara! Barbara! Barbara!
Good old head for the hills. What else do you do when you're holed up in your tent for 15 hours? Watch a few reruns with Andrew, Head for the Hills. Yeah. Morning. Come on, gas. I've got another bottle, but this one's about at it. Trying to get up a bit earlier today. It's still dark because I'm practically camped right on a footpath. Anyway, back to my new bits of kit. I've only been awake 5 minutes. I bought myself a Rab Electron down jacket. It's quite a good quality one. Never had one before. Very pleased with it. You know, if you get a bit chilled at night, you can put the hood up. And like now, just got up. Gonna put it on. Stops you from getting too cold. Oh, if you can get it on without getting tangled up in your tent. And the other thing I got is this lantern. Something zero. Can you see that? It's probably too bright. It's pretty good. It only really, I mean, I had it on a lot the night before last, so it don't last that long if you're using it a lot in the evening, you know, these long dark nights. So I recharged, it was flat actually last night, so I recharged it from my power bank. But I'm well pleased with that. Gives out loads of light, unlike this gas. Come on. I only want to heat this one pot of water and that's it. Right, it looks like it's going to be a stunning morning. Not a cloud in the sky. Right, I'll catch you later when I'm sorted. Morning. Well, the sun's nearly up. And I've seen a few little lights, one on the hill over there, which is towards the Bamford edge, and another little light on the hill over there. So people are up early. It's probably about 7:45. But, that's the wheelstones up there on the Derwent edge. And the light's starting to come up now. I've pretty much packed up all except for taking the tent down. So heard a few owls in the night in that bit of woodland over there, probably. Plenty of grouse this morning. I tell you what, it's almost like a summer camp this morning. I can't believe how warm it is. I see they've had record overnight high temperatures in the north of Scotland as well. Gosh, 15 degrees or something, well, during the day. But yeah, I feel a bit bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. A bit different to yesterday morning, starting to get in the swing of it now. Get the, you know, it's when you've done a couple of nights and you start going into 3 nights, you know, and as much as you feel like going home at the same time, you do start to feel like I get more of a feel for the vibe of camping. One night can be a bit tiring. I had a good night's sleep last night actually. Hardly any pain from my knees. Felt a lot more comfortable. I think the ground was a bit flatter as well, not so bumpy. And the evening went a lot quicker, listening to a bit of radio, chatting on Facebook, phoned the missus up, which sort of, so I probably got my head down about 9:30, 9:45. Yes. And probably only woke up a couple of times, and every time you wake up you think, oh my god, somebody's walking by or something in the middle of the night. You know, the dogs on the farm's not far away, half a mile, and the dogs were going mad in the night for about half an hour. You know, I thought, oh no, there's a lunatic on the loose somewhere. It's gonna come right by the tent with a big axe and swing it down on me. But you soon put those stupid thoughts in the back of your mind, because nothing like that's ever going to happen, is it? Anyway, last night the bright lights from Sheffield, the other side of Derwent Edge, were lighting up a few very thin, light, wispy clouds that were dotted about the sky. It looked spectacular, and there could hardly have been any wind. There's no wind now, but because those clouds have never really moved. And I did look out the tent in the middle of the night and to have a look at the stars, which were absolutely not so. I mean, there was a lot more. You can't see any stars at home in the middle of Leicester, but I think because it's quite close to Sheffield, you know, it wasn't like a black sky full of stars, but there was plenty of stars. I was looking to see if I could see a shooting star for a while, but no. Nice little spot here. Won't actually see the sun come up because it's down behind the hill there. But not quite sure yet whether to walk as I originally planned into Hatherstage or walk straight down to Bamford. We'll see how I get on. I've walked up from Bamford the way I'd be returning down to Bamford already this year. But it's quite a long time since I've walked to Hatherstage. So I could go there. Because my thoughts are already turning to work, albeit 3 days till it's back to work. Need to be retired, 5.5 more years. Oh, hope I'm still fit enough to do this sort of thing then. Right, may as well get that tent down. Half the stuff's already in my pack. And get off. So I've showed you my new Rob jacket, which I'm really pleased with. I've used the hood a lot, you know. Feel a bit nippy, you just pop the hood up and it's really cosy. Not that you need it in these summer temperatures. In winter. I had some good camps this year. Some good camps. Some really good ones. Right then, we'll get my camp up then. I'll show you my new walking poles. That's another thing I've got. So what have I had? I've had the walking poles, lantern, jacket. I'm sure there must be something else. On this trip I bought my winter weight sleeping bag, and I bought my really good light summer bag as well, just to sort of pull over me, take that little bit of a chill off you sometimes get if a breeze blows under your tent. And because it only weighs 450 grams, but it's at 800 fill down, it was really good. I'm glad I bought that. Just made it that extra bit cosy at night and in the mornings. Right, let's get the tent packed up.
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello. You twinkle above us, we twinkle below. Good morning, starshine. You lead us along, my love and me, as we sing our early morning singing song. Blitty gloop gloopy nibby nabby nooby la 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 lo lo. Saba sibby saba nooby abba nabba li li lo lo. Dooby dooby walla dooby abba nabba. Early morning singing song. Good morning, starshine. There's love in your skies, reflecting the sunlight in my lover's eyes. Good morning, starshine. So happy to be my love and me, as we sing our early morning singing song. Blitty gloop gloopy nibby nabby nooby la 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 lo lo.
You can see the sun's come up.
Saba sibby saba nooby abba nabba li li lo.
Pitching spots right just here on top.
Ooby ooby walla nooby abba nabba. Early morning singing song.
And lighting up. Such a beautiful place for hiking.
Can you hear me singing a song, loving a song, singing a song, loving a song, laughing a song, singing a song, sing a song, song and sing, song, 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 sing, 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 song. Song, 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 sing, 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 song. Sing a sing song, sing a song. Yeah, you can sing song, sing a song. Sing song, sing a song.
Having the same problem as I've had a couple of times this year. stopping to talk to people, because there's a lot of people on the way up the hill this morning, and yeah, had a good chat to a couple of interesting guys. I've had a chat to a few people on this trip. 3 70-year-olds, you know, you're just thinking yourself, yeah, I've done really well, wild camped in a wild part of the Peak District, and yeah, and then the 70-year-olds start telling you about their ascent of the Matterhorn and the Eiger, and you think, gosh, what adventures some people have had. What a stunning view. In fact, I remember a few years ago standing here and taking some photos with my dad. Fortunately, my dad's still with us, and we still enjoy a lot of hiking together, and we're planning on doing the Norfolk Coastal Path this May, so that should be good. While camping it, of course. Right, let's get cracking. Just talking to a lovely couple. He was obviously 70, he had a badge on 70 on his bag, and but he's a retired trucker from Sheffield. Done trucking since 1967, and likes a bit of hiking and walking with his wife, and really enjoyed talking to them. Got talking about my mum, who passed away earlier this year. It's funny how some things crop up when you're talking to people, and that was a bit upsetting. But yeah, can you see the bridge down there? Don't know what it's called, but waiting on Bamford Station for the train back to Sheffield. We've had fantastic weather. It's been a real adventure.